Hello everyone, welcome back to Neutralix. I'm your host cosolix. Today we're going over every combo you need to know on the new legend, Lady Vera. I believe I said that correctly. Here at Neutralix, we want to get back to the community and we have a ton of Brawlhalla codes, and I'm also a game developer. I'm working on a free-to-play racing fighting game. Check that out and how to get some free Brawlhalla codes for supporting that journey. Neutralix is hosting a monthly Metadata Brawlhalla skin giveaway in partnership with Sparkart. Sparkart is a new free-to-play fighting racing game inspired by Brawlhalla and also inspired by casual racers like Mario Kart. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to Neutralix and click the link in the description. That's the website for Sparkart, and request early access. There's a Google form with a couple quick steps, and then you're entered into monthly giveaways. So check your email, stay updated, and check out Sparkart. There's already online training so you can practice team combos with friends, ranked leaderboards, and esports with exclusive titles and avatars you can earn by competing. So check out Sparkart, enter the giveaway if you want some Brawlhalla codes, and I hope you enjoy this video. Now let's get right back into the video. So the first combo, and this is a pretty crazy one, make sure your opponent is in the center of the map, set their health at 100, and what you're going to want to do is make sure you're in the combined mode and do a dash down sig, reverse down sig, and this will send them right into you. And that was true. So that's a pretty cool combo. I don't think this is very useful. That's the dude. I'm misinputting it. It looks like a side sig, but it's not. It's a down sig. Yeah, like if you hit this in game, good on you. I don't think this is very useful. Like, it's possible, but like your opponent needs to run into it at the exact frame. Like, there's just so many charge frames. Like, there's zero, and I'm messing up the GC. This isn't a great combo, it's just cool. Like, yeah, this is for you guys who just like to hit cool combos that aren't practical. That's one of them. And if you haven't tried the character yet, a lot of her combos are going to be strings, like almost every sig combo. There might be some unexplored combos because she has high dexterity, so stuff with the dex stance could open up more opportunities. Check the comments down below. These are all the combos I could find pretty quickly. I'm sure there's going to be other people who find crazier stuff. I'm going to pin as much as I can down below and give you guys as much resources. But this is more of a very general combo guide as far as we know. So this end sig sends above. So there's obvious ones like on Chakram, your neutral light goes up, so you could do neutral light end sig. And in the combined mode as well, it also goes up, but you know, that's not going to hit at a certain health. So gotta decrease them to 0. But in the combined mode at 0, you can get this. I've gotten it to 6 dodge frames. You might be able to get it less. So yeah, not a bad little combo. The only thing is this end sig. It's not a big circle. It is a circle. But yeah, it's not the biggest thing in the world. So people can like definitely dodge out of this. They can jump out of this. There's not incredibly optimal. Yeah, in the combined or in the split mode, you could totally do it as well, but it becomes even more frames. So yeah, you might be able to get it quicker. I have not been able to. And yeah, the sideline, everything's not really going to line up. The only thing it does is her side sig, pretty damn good, because it has this first little stomp hitbox that actually picks up stacked a little bit. So if you're doing like you'd always side light end light, like there'd be no point in going for this side sig. But what you could do is like if you hit like a Sair or something like that, like a landing Sair, like you can like rip a side sig, and it's probably going to cover a bunch of dodges because of the size of this side sig hitbox. It's probably better later in health when you're hitting these like Sairs, but like yeah, it'd be more in like orange or whatever, where you just like want a potential kill that's early. Maybe you could do this up until 110. Yeah, a little bit hard is like your option just a little too far. But it's not too bad. Yeah, that almost killed. Her 3 attack is not doing her too much justice. But yeah, there are like you could use a sig as a follow-up in white. And that's totally a-okay too. And then like the split version, same kind of thing, but it doesn't really flow. At least on Chakram, this is kind of what I've found. The best is definitely the Enlight Ensig. And let's switch to Scythe, because Scythe I think has a little bit more. This Scythe side sig, very fast. This is a great follow-up, like if you're just doing something quick and they're in like red and you actually like think you could kill them, and Scythe kind of sends pretty close to you. Like that sends a little too far away, but yeah, you can't really do the forward side light either. There's definitely some other options like with this Ensig. What you could do is like you could Enlight dash Ensig. And the reason I'd recommend this without like knowing the frame data in general, because this Ensig is so massive. Oh, maybe it's a bit smaller than the visual. I didn't realize. That's not as big as I thought it was. That's a lot smaller than her visual. That's interesting. Some people might get hit by this when they should, or think that. If you play this character, you might think this hits sometimes, and it just doesn't. But yeah, you could totally Enlight, and then you'd have to dash the Ensig. Not the tightest thing in the world at all. Yeah, in earlier healths, you definitely can do follow-ups with side sig. There's probably some, like especially against the wall, I'd imagine. Maybe more at like 90. Let's see, if I do forward side light, yeah, you could do something like that, and that killed. That side sig kills tremendously early. What am I looking at? Like that didn't kill, but it's at 90. That kills at like almost 100. That is crazy. Yeah, so like you might be able to get like some potential. Yeah, oh my god. He's at 102 and that kills on the side. Oh my god. Yeah, that is just ridiculous. And yeah, so if you're in like an orange range on Scythe and you are like, yeah, stuff like that could be really, really useful. Especially if he's at 100. Yeah, he's dead. You might be able to pull a fast one on someone with something like that. And this could go into really any follow-up. That's why I gave the Dare as an example. That's why I'm giving the side light as an example. Those are probably going to be what makes the most sense. Maybe a forward down light. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see Sandstorm play this character one day. Definitely. What is this? Like, why does this side sig kill so early on the minimum charge version? And like, not to mention, you can keep charging it and get the bigger version. That's like, if you think it's not going to hit, charge it a little bit so you can mix up how it's going to recover. Because if you do the tap, like she just doesn't go very far. If you charge it, wait until that yellow signifier. Like I'll probably make a separate later Vera guide. And that will tell you like when that activates. There's a tiny little icon on her like top right, like just top right of her head. Watch the icon there. It's hard to see with this background. Boom. It's like a little flash. So yeah, definitely can be good if people are like stupid, if your opponent's like running into it and you just want to mix up. It also doesn't have many recovery frames, and you end up a little bit in the air, so you might be able to avoid things like a lance side light or sword down light. So that's something to note. But yeah, that thing killed way too early. Like, did that kill? No. Still though, like just that fast side sig, and you don't extend too far off stage. But yeah, it's not the biggest hitbox in the world, so just keep that in mind as well. But definitely worth it if you can hit this like at 100 only. Like that's crazy. Oh my god. And then yeah, another one. If you do the downlight, it's the same with like doing the side light. Like you have to dash Ensig. You can't just Ensig because the Ensig covers a Scythe dead zone. Same with like Enlight Ensig. You might be able to side light Ensig. Yeah, I don't know if the side light makes the most sense. Maybe in like red. No, not even. Oops. You can. It's not really a point unless their like damage is at like 200. Then I think it will line up a lot better, but not even. Yeah, not really. It connects. That's something to note, I guess. But yeah, Enlight Ensig is probably your best bet. But again, you have to dash it. Same with the downlight end sig. You just gotta dash it. There we go. They're big circles though, so it could be really useful, especially if you're gold or plat. Maybe even low diamond. And yeah, this down sig, very similar to the Mirage down sig. Not too many uses for it on Scythe. I have not, like, you could probably use it as like a potential like dare follow-up like that. So you could definitely do like a dare dash down sig if you think they're gonna go low. But in later in health, there's not much on Scythe. Like maybe you could do side light down sig. The side light will probably send too high. Yeah, you can't really dash it. If you think they're gonna land back into it, you can totally do it. But it's a little too low. Also, the down sig doesn't kill. Like, I found it does, but you'll see what I mean here. This is not gonna kill. Oh, it did kill. Never mind. That does kill. That didn't kill. There we go. That's what I was thinking. It definitely works, but yeah, just something to note. There's probably some other characters where their down sig is gonna kill there, but this one doesn't. But it's still pretty good. If I GC it, yeah, that might help killing it a little bit earlier. Yeah, okay. So it just sends straight up. So definitely, like, if you GC that, maybe. But yeah, I don't think the down sig's that good. Really, just like potentially a follow-up off there like that on stage. Maybe a follow-up off forward downlight. Not really. Not in red. Not when it kills. You could do it earlier in health for sure. But probably not even worth it at that point. I didn't dash. Yeah, like you could do that. Again, definitely if you're in gold, probably recommend stuff like this. Like the big hitboxes that make people scared can definitely work. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend some of these combos. This one I recommend if you're like even a pro just trying to kill early. If you have a teeny tiny lead or like you just want like a tiny risk, it's not that risky because the side sig is just so quick. You could miss it completely and then just like move. You have like no recovery frames. Look at the recovery frames. It's like non-existent in this thing. So yeah, this is just a crazy option. Like shout out to that. So yeah, she definitely has some useful combos. But definitely an more interesting Brawlhalla legend. I don't know how I feel about her. Her stats are terrible. Her sigs are pretty good. For sure. But yeah, that's all the combos I could find. Again, if you find any, comment them down below. I'm gonna pin or I'll like heart the comments that have crazy combos. I'll probably have a pinned comment with like a combination of the best. So comment below if you find any crazy combos. This is what I could find and what I can recommend to you guys. Read the comments if you want to learn more. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.